Hey YouTube, it's Eddie here with Tyler and Eddie NC. What we're working on today is we're going to make an American flag out of wood. So we're going to stain these pieces of wood right here with some red paint, some red stain. I have them pre-mixed, some Minwax wood stain. And we're going to stain these boards here red. These will represent our red stripes in the American flag. These other boards we're going to leave plain, like this, representing the white stripes in the American flag. Once we get these painted red and it dries, we're going to nail them together with the red and white stripes, let it dry, cut it to shape, and then we're going to fill it in where the blue square is so we can put our white stars on it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on painting this red.
And this is what we are attempting to make out of wood.
So I've switched sides. Got some light on the subject. It was getting dark earlier.
I thought we were gonna burn these. Are you gonna burn them or no?
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna let this dry while I get my nail gun and some nails, and then we'll lay it all out, nail it together, and then we'll take it to the cutting machine and cut it square so we'll have nice smooth square edges. Because if you put so we got everything we need. We've got the boards laid out. We've moved from the bench to the floor. We did replane these. Remember I showed you they was out of level, so we went ahead and replaned them, got them all the same thickness, got them laying on the floor. Now I'm going to square them up and nail them down with my new staple nailer. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is square this up because we don't want a flag that looks like it's tilted. Square it. I don't want to use a cheetah bar. Alright, as you can tell, we got the flag upside down. And the reason for that is so we can nail the boards on the back that pretty much hold it together. So I bought these clamps because some of these boards, they're touching on the ends, but they have a crack in the middle, I guess warped. So we're going to clamp them, which is squeeze them together, make it real nice and straight. And the way you do it, you just kind of squeeze them together. As you can tell, they're brand new. I recommend, if you're going to buy clamps to clamp down wood, I recommend get something metal. I got some plastic ones in the barn, but when you clamp down on something, if you put a little bit of force to it to clamp it a little bit tight, those plastic ones break. So I went ahead and got me some metal ones. You want to get them real nice and tight. Now if you over tighten it, it will buckle. And it'll kind of just like that. You don't want that. So you want it nice and flat. So once we get it all nailed together, we'll flip it back over and take it to the table saw. And like I said, we're going to cut these edges where they're straight. So let's fire the nail gun for the first time. Always wear safety glasses. So far it's working perfect. Not quite as fast as but it's going down. Just right. Alright, this comes with a dial on the side. Dials up how far the staple goes, and I've got it dialed to the max because I want it to go all the way through as far as it can go. Okay, back to nailing. So we got it nailed together. It's solid. It's not going nowhere. It's square. So now we're going to take it out to the table saw and we're going to cut both ends off nice and square and have a nice, clean, smooth cut on both ends. Alright, so here we are, YouTube. We've moved out to the table saw. I thought I could put this on a table saw and cut it square, but as it turns out, the table saw is not really designed to handle a board this wide, cut this way square. I took a square, squared it up here. I got a little notch here I want to cut out of it. So I moved my line over to eliminate this and some of these nail holes. The same thing on this side. So we get a nice square finish. And I'm using a skill saw, which the skill saw is actually what's designed for this. So here we go. All right, there you have it. Two perfectly straight square edges, flush on both sides. Yeah. Alright, so we came in from the outside into the barn to lay these stars out, and what we've done, we've decided that instead of painting the stars white and gluing them down, we're going to have a little surprise for you, but I'm not going to reveal the surprise yet until we do what we're going to do, and then we're going to let you look at it. So, but right now I'm just going to square all the stars up so they're all even, equal, pointing in the same direction. Alright, so now we're going to reveal our secret. Typically speaking, the stars are white, a blue background with white stars. Well, me and Tyler decided, actually Tyler came up with the idea, give him credit when credit's due. He's the guy behind the camera. So hey Tyler.
Hey.
You cut this out.
Of course.
Don't cut that out. There's two ways to open a paint can. That's one way. Alright, so what we're going to do, instead of painting the stars white and the background blue, we're going to paint over the stars, paint the blue, and then once it dries, we're going to remove the stars, which will leave the original color of the wood in the blue, and the stars will show through. There'll be red stars, natural stars, and there will be some that's half red and half natural. And we just want to see what it looks like. We may change it, we may not.
Now, try your best not to do it on that, but if it happens, it happens. It's not like we use it anyways.
So we're going to brush this lightly with one coat. We got everything, we covered up the whole flag so we don't get spray over. And we're painting in the garage, which is not a good thing, but it's 32 degrees outside, so we're going to paint inside the garage. And we got the heat on. And we got the lights on, which I just almost knocked over. Alright, here we go.
There you go.
I saw a couple of them move, but it's okay this time. So we're
Worst
just going,
case scenario, we just painted all blue.
yeah, so we're just going to kind of keep fogging this.
No offense, but we're not getting this on the camera, guys. So we're using Zoom. Actually, it doesn't even have to be that dark. The stripes could kind of be behind there. That'd be kind of cool too.
That's what I was trying to just get it kind of just evened out. And we're gonna stop right there. All right, so we're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna take the stars off and see what happens. All right, so we just cut it there.
Yeah. We'll just give it a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll give it a few minutes, let it dry, we'll check back in. All right, so the paint's dry. Still tacky, but it's dry enough we can work on it. So we're gonna start by taking all of this off here. We're gonna save these stars and use them for another project. Because we can have them blue, or we can paint them a different color, whatever we want to do. But I got the stars off of Amazon. These are 1¼ inch stars. I bought some 2-inch stars, but they were a little too big. I bought some 3/4 inch stars, and they were a little bit too small. So I had to reorder some, and I got them 1¼ inch, and they worked out perfect. And as you can tell, I am really digging the outline painted stars versus the stars being glued on.
Yeah.
All right, let's pull the tape off. You want to pull the tape off?
Yep. Look how crisp that line is.
And there you have it, folks.
Dun, 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 dun. Give us a salute.
United States American flag. We're gonna hold it up this way.
How about that? Now, there's a little bit of bleeding from where they blew off, but that does not matter at all. This is a pretty good first flag in my opinion. And the fact that we don't just have glued on stars, looks like you actually took time and effort.
Right?
And that is the satisfaction of taking your time.
We hand drew each individual star and painted blue around the drawing.
He's lying. We're going to do a couple of versions of it. We're going to see how far we can push it with burning and stain.
Different colors, different color reds, different widths boards, different size flags, different size stars. Like I said before, the 13 star, 15 star, 33 star. So anyway, this is our finished flag. So please, please, please subscribe, like, follow. On Instagram, we are Leadheads Insta. On Facebook, we're Tyler and Eddie NC. TikTok, Tyler and Eddie NC. We have a new thing started. We're going to start using Twitter. So look for us on all 4 or 5, however many it is. I can't keep up with it. Tyler's the command chief in that. We're having a lot of fun here. Really enjoy this. So take care. You never know when the cameras are rolling. When they are, we're going to be doing something. And y'all going to get to see it. Take care. Peace out. Have a good weekend, YouTube.